Hey guys, welcome back to Magic TV. My name's Craig. It's 9 o'clock. It's a Monday, which means it's time for a Marketing for Magicians. And today I'm going to share with you a strategy which will, I guarantee you, get more leads and more bookings if you are a wedding supplier. So if you are a wedding magician, a kids entertainer that does weddings, this is guaranteed to get you more work and it won't cost you a penny. This is something that I've done for the last 10 years and it is an amazing strategy that nobody else is doing. So buckle up because today this is a good one. Now, first of all, I'm going to assume that you are a wedding magician. So you are a close-up magician going and doing magic at weddings. You do close-up magic. You get booked to perform at weddings in your local area. So here's what you're going to do. You are going to create the ultimate wedding discount book. You are going to create a PDF that you can send to brides and grooms that will give them discounts off booking other suppliers, and it won't cost them a penny. And there are a few massive advantages to doing this, and I'm going to go through these with you one at a time. But first of all, let's explain how to create this discount book. So first of all, what you're going to do is you're going to do this within your local area. So within like a 50-mile radius of where you live, you're going to be doing this. And what you're going to do is you are going to reach out to suppliers in your area, other wedding suppliers. Anything to do with weddings, you're going to reach out to them. Now, if you already know a supplier, like let's say you've worked with a DJ who you already recommend, great, you can contact that DJ. But if you, for example, don't know a wedding catering company, what you're going to do is you're going to find a local wedding catering company in your area that's got a good review. It's really important that you're contacting people whose reviews are really, really good. You don't want to be recommending somebody who sucks. So a bit of research on this is important, okay? So you're going to be making yourself a list of all the different wedding suppliers in your area, everything, wedding entertainers, wedding magicians, wedding singers, chauffeur companies, anything that you can think of that supplies to weddings. You are going to make a list of all of those services, and then you're going to find the best company or the best person in your area for each one of those services, and you're going to make a list of all of them and their contact phone number, and then you're going to contact them. And you're going to say to them, you're going to introduce yourself. Hey, my name's Craig. I'm a wedding magician. I do magic at weddings. I operate in the same area as you. We probably have worked at weddings together. How you doing? I'm doing something for my clients. I'm actually wanting to send them for free when they inquire. I'm wanting to send them a discount book where they have information on suppliers who I consider to be really good. And I want to give them a discount code so they can get a discount if they decide to book that supplier. And from everybody I've spoken to, you're the supplier I'd like to include in the book. It's going to cost you absolutely nothing. It's completely free for you to do this. It's just a service I'd like to provide to my clients because I think it will make me look good for them, and I'd like to send them your way. How it's going to work is I'm going to have this PDF that I'm going to send them, and in that PDF I'm going to include a link to that particular supplier. I'm going to do a full page write-up on them. I'm going to put some text in there. I'm going to put some photos in there. I'm going to put the logo in there. I'm going to make it look really, really nice. And you don't have to do anything. It's completely free. I'm not asking you to pay me anything to do this. I'd just like to recommend you to all of my customers. Now, put yourself in the mind of that supplier. Let's say that you've rung up a wedding chauffeur company who supply cars and chauffeurs to weddings. And you say to them, hey, you're a wedding magician, blah, 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 blah. This is what I want to do. What wedding supplier would say no? They're all going to say yes because it is a way of generating work for them. It won't cost them anything and it'll put their name out there. In fact, when you make these phone calls, a few people will turn around to you and go, are you joking? What's the catch? Half the battle is pointing out to them there is no catch. So you've got yourself a list of all these different suppliers. You've found out the people, you've spoken to them all, they've all agreed to be in your wedding savings book or your wedding discount book. Now what you're going to do is you're going to actually create that discount book, that savings book, and you want to make it look as professional as possible. Take your time on this. When I put my first one together, I got I did it on Pages on my my MacBook Pro. So I went on Pages and I designed each individual page with the same layout. There was a logo at the top. There were 3 paragraphs of text. There was a couple of customer reviews. There was some photos in there. You get all of these different companies to send you all this information and you put it together into a really nice discount book. Okay, and you want to make sure that you've only got one of each supplier. So you've only got one chauffeur company, one mobile bar, bar, one beautician, whatever it may be, and you make it look as really nice as you can. You put the links in there to their website so that when they click on the PDF, they can actually click off that PDF onto the supplier's website, and you put it together and you make it look really nice. And this is what I mean. It's not going to cost you any money to do this, but it is going to cost you a lot of time, because this is something that takes time. Making the phone calls, finding the suppliers, getting them to agree, creating this book takes time. But you will eventually have this amazing book, okay? You'll have this amazing book, it'll look really good, and you've got it. Now, once you've got it, what you want to do is you want to send a copy of it, a copy of the PDF. You want to send it off to each one of those suppliers and just say, hey, I spoke to you about being in my wedding savings book. I've now finished it. You're on page 10. Have a look and see what you think. Do you like it? They're all going to come back to you and say, oh my gosh, that's amazing. Thank you very much. Now, the question that you've been asking yourself, why should you go to the effort of doing this? What does it help achieve in your business? Well, it does a few different things. The first thing it does is they can see, right, let's talk about the different suppliers first of all that have agreed to be in your book. They can see that you've put a lot of time and effort into trying to promote their business. You know, it's not like you've just said, oh yeah, I'll pass your business cards out to anybody and they've never seen you before. You've taken their information and you've put this book together and they can see that they're in it and it looks really professional, it looks really nice. They can see that you've put some effort into this. So what's going to happen? Let's say that you're a wedding dress shop and you sell wedding dresses and you've just been given this book with you in it and it looks really, really nice. The next time somebody walks into their wedding dress shop and they offhandedly say, oh, I'm looking for a magician for my wedding, what do you think they're going to do? They're just going to go, ah, yeah, cool. Or do you reckon they're going to recommend the magician who's contacted them and has put them in his wedding savings book and it looks really nice? Who are they going to contact? Who are they going to recommend? They're going to recommend you. All of these suppliers that are in your wedding savings book, they're going to recommend you. But as you distribute this wedding savings book to all of your clients, which we'll talk about in a minute, but as you distribute this book to all your clients, what will happen is they will contact these suppliers and they'll say, oh yeah, I was sent here by Craig, the magician. He said that I could get a discount. Immediately, they're going to be thinking, oh my gosh, look, he's sending work our way. People are contacting us because we're in their book. Let's recommend him to everybody. We don't want to not be in this book. Oh, have you thought about having a magician? You really should speak to Craig. So it's a way of getting salespeople in your industry to recommend you without you having to do anything. They'll just automatically be recommending you. In networking, we call it giver's gain. If you give people business, they will want to reciprocate and give you business. One thing that I forgot to mention about the wedding savings book, by the way, there should be a discount code attached to it. So when you speak to those suppliers, you want to say, look, can you give me a discount code that I can put in there so that the people I'm sending your way get a bit of a discount? When I did this, I had anything from a 5% discount to a 50% discount, and you get them to give you a code that they have to quote so that these people that you're sending to these suppliers, they know that they've come from your book, so they can see that it's not just a book that you've created, but there's actually people that are going and seeing them because of this book being distributed. So the first thing it does is it basically creates loads of leads for you from literally all over the wedding industry for free, because you're creating your own little team of salespeople who are desperate to try and pass you business because you're giving them business. The other thing it does, however, is it increases the amount of people that click onto your website and inquire. Because one of the things about getting people to inquire on your website is giving them a reason to fill in the form. 90% of the hard work when people land on a website is getting them to actually fill in that form, right? And getting them to inquire. Once they've inquired, you can then go into the sales process, but it's about getting them to inquire. Well, what you can do is you can have on your website now, hey, anybody who inquires, you're going to get a free wedding savings guide. It's absolutely free. It's got 40 different suppliers, and you've got discount codes for each individual supplier ranging from 10% to 50%. And you can have that wedding savings guide free. We will send it out to anybody who inquires about having us at their wedding. So now you're going to have more people inquiring for your services because you're offering to give them something for free. If you wanted to, you could actually use this as a lead magnet. Now, I'm going to go into lead magnets in a future video, but what a lead magnet is basically is it's something that has a high monetary value, but actually is inexpensive or free to produce that you can give to people in exchange for them going onto your mailing list. So you could have a box on your homepage going, hey, free wedding savings guide, just put your email address in here. They put in the email address, you send them the wedding savings guide, but then you can follow up with other emails. As long as it's compliant to GDPR, you can follow up with other emails telling them about who you are and what you do and why they should book a magician, right? So, either way, so if you do it as part of the inquiry form or you do it as part of the, you do it as a lead magnet, you're getting more people to give you their details. And as I say, the more people that give you their details, the more people that are dropped into your marketing funnel, the more people that you have to play with in order to ultimately get bookings. So it's going to increase the amount of people that are inquiring for you. The other thing is, if you do wedding fairs, I would advise you to print a copy of this PDF out and have it on your booth at the wedding fair. And then just say to everybody, hey, if you give me your details today, I'll give you a quote about what I'm going to charge to be at your wedding, but also I will email you a copy of my wedding savings guide for free. Basically, it's the 40 best suppliers in this area, and each one of them has given me a discount code exclusive for me, for my customers. I'll send you that for free if you let me just send you a quote for having me as a magician at your wedding. You will massively increase the amount of people that give you their details at a wedding fair as well. Now, the other thing it does is make sure that when you're putting this wedding book together, you're in there. So you are the recommended magician, because some people might go on your website, get the wedding savings guide and forget that they've inquired about that. But if you're in there, they'll see you in there. They'll have all your information, right? So there's more of a chance, if you put a discount code in there, there's more of a chance of people booking you because you're in that wedding savings guide. You're in that discount you're in that discount book as well. So that's the other thing it does as well. So generally, it's a way of increasing the amount of leads that you get, and it's a way of increasing the amount of inquiries you get from outside of your website from a networking point of view, by having all of these suppliers push things to your, push people to your website, recommending you because you're recommending them. And as I say, it doesn't cost you a penny to put together. You've got this amazing book. You can give it out at wedding fairs. You can give it out to people that hit your website. And, it just looks absolutely amazing. It really, really does. There you go. So that's the strategy. Okay? I'm sure if you've made it through the video, you understand how absolutely useful this is, because the amount of leads that you will increase, it's just going to grow exponentially. And as long as you're decent at closing those leads, and if you're not, look back at the 3 videos I did on sales, but as long as you're cool and you're really good at closing those leads, it will generate more bookings, more profit, more income. It's all good. So let me know down below what you think of that. I'd love to know your thoughts. Is it something that you're going to do? Are you going to implement that into your wedding business? If you are, I'd love to know about it down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the website. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We go live with about 14 videos every single week. So subscribe to the channel, give me a like, give me a comment, and I'll see you again tomorrow. My name's Craig from Magic TV.